For years, Nepal felt heavy, not because the land lacked beauty, but because the people carried disappointment. Promises were made every election, yet corruption remained. Opportunities faded, and young dreams slowly packed their bags for foreign countries. Gen Z grew up watching this. Parents working endlessly, graduates without jobs, talent ignored, honesty punished. At first, they stayed silent, scrolling through their phones, joking about leaving Nepal one day. Silence felt safer than hope, but something began to change. Frustration turned into awareness. Awareness turned into questions, and questions turned into courage. Gen Z realized that staying quiet was also a choice, and that choice was costing them their future. They didn't come from power or privilege. They came from classrooms, rented rooms, construction sites, and part-time jobs. What they shared wasn't money or influence, but a belief that Nepal deserved better. The protests didn't start with violence or hatred. They started with voices, young, tired, but determined. Some held placards, some raised slogans, some just stood there silently, refusing to be ignored. They weren't against the country, they were fighting for it. They asked for accountability, transparency, and dignity. They demanded a system that rewarded honesty, not connections. Among this movement, Gen Z found symbols of hope. People who showed that change was possible without traditional power, that integrity could still exist in leadership. These examples didn't solve every problem overnight, but they proved one thing clearly. The system could be challenged, and the youth were no longer powerless. The streets became classrooms, protests became lessons. Gen Z learned that patriotism isn't blind loyalty. It's the courage to question what's broken. They learned that loving Nepal doesn't mean accepting injustice. It means standing up when something is wrong. Some were scared. Some were criticized. Some were told they were wasting time. But for the first time, they felt ownership of their future. This movement wasn't perfect, and it wasn't finished. Change is slow, painful, and often disappointing. But Gen Z had crossed an invisible line. They had gone from observers to participants, from complaining in private to speaking in public, from hopelessness to responsibility. Nepal's story is still being written, and Gen Z hasn't claimed victory. All they've claimed is their voice, and sometimes that's how revolutions begin, not with noise, but with awareness, unity, and the courage to believe that a better Nepal is possible. When awareness replaces silence, a generation becomes a force for change.